some do-it-yourself farmer's walk handles today, and I bought this big steel thing from this local tractor place in my town. Only cost 25 bucks. I got this and another one there. But first I'm going to have to cut it up to get the tubing I want. So let's get to it. It's cut here in tubes. It's actually a lot more work than I thought. This stuff didn't cut really easy. But this is, I think I'm going to set it up. So I'm going to have the 2.5, or I think it's 2x1 rectangular tubing for the base. And I'm going to use 2 of the same tubing and put steel pipe or something in the middle. And that should give enough room for a standard 45-pound plate and not have it too long. A little rough and sharp on this, so I'm going to use this grinder and grind them down, make them a little more smooth. This piece here is about 41.5 inches, so we're going to cut the exact same length on this longer one and hopefully get these 2 posts for the handle too out of this one piece. Cut actually worked out perfectly. We got the 41.5 piece right here. Well, it's still pretty hot. And then the leftovers were actually just enough that if we cut it in half, we'll make our 2 posts for the handle. So that worked out really nice. So on the end of this first base, it's got some it's not really, it's got some bumps on it, so it doesn't sit level on the base. So I'm going to use this grinder and grind that off so it sits nice and flat so we can get a good weld on that. It's all set up, and here's the fun part. Finally get to weld this thing up. So I found the steel pipe and cut it. I think it's steel, I don't know, we'll find out when we try to weld it, but it's going to go right there for the handle. It's going to weld both sides and see how it works. This angle iron for the post to hold the weights up. The angle iron is just cheaper than the steel tubing, and it'll pretty much hold it the same. This is a 3-foot piece, so we're going to cut it in 4 9-inch pieces. So the frame and all the welding is done. It came out pretty nice. I think it'll all hold up pretty good. Now I'm just going to take the Sawzall and cut off some of these jagged edges here, make it look a little more pretty. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take the grinder with a wire brush attachment and brush off all this rust. I think I'm going to actually paint it black. I like this bare steel, slightly rusted color. It's pretty nice. But I still am going to put that rubberized coating on the grip. I have put on the rubber coating. I'm going to give it about 4 hours. It should be dry. Test them out. So I realized that my bumper plates don't actually fit on this angle iron. It's a little too thick, but my cast iron plates did. So what I'm doing is I'm grinding this angle iron down a little bit. I mean, it just needs to go about a 1/16 of an inch. I'm going to grind that down. It'll fit these bumper plates. I already did one of them. I'm going to do this one. It's pretty cool. It looks like a fireworks show out here in the night. So let's get to it. Here's the finished farmer's walk handles. These things are completely made out of steel. For the base here and the post for the handle, it's made out of 1 3/4 inch by 3 inch, 1/8 inch wall diameter steel rectangular tubing. For the weight post, we just have some angle iron, which is also an 1/8 inch wall diameter. And for the handle, we just have a steel pipe. And it has a rubberized coating on it. See that kind of black waviness on it? And this is nice because it gives it a really good grip and it doesn't get cold. It's completely welded together. I bought a welder, did all the welds myself. Super strong.